What up, y'all? I'm just sitting here reading some such and thought I haven't made a video in like 3 weeks and said I was going to do this every week, so I guess that just goes to show that everyone starts these things off with air in their fuel lines. You can't just keep going full bore. Well, I guess you could, but don't feel bad if you don't stick to a thing, or maybe that's just something I'm telling myself to make myself feel better. Either way, here's another video telling you what's been going on in the school life for me. I wrote down some notes real here, so it just made me want to realize the purpose of these videos was just to show just that, just the realness of what happens with school and life and just chasing dreams in general. You're gonna have stuff that comes up, and it's something that's really important to me are these videos that show that someone can have the same exact struggles that I have, and then to realize that I'm not a perfect guy myself. So if that helps you kind of self-soothe, then let's go for it. It's okay to be imperfect. It's okay to be not okay and have things happen in your life that kind of are little speed bumps in your life. And it's been really neat the last couple weeks. Actually, I was really excited to make this video this week because a lot of stuff has come through for me. Just signing up for classes and then I met with a financial aid financial advisor, and they told me that I actually filled out the entirely wrong years. I had everything approved for the exact wrong year, and I had to go back and do everything, and it was kind of a setback. But in the long run, it wasn't really a setback because I got a good start on all of this. And apparently summer semester is the last semester of any school year, so they usually start in the fall, and I guess I'm late to knowing that much knowledge I'm late to that party, so I'm trying to say. But I said thank you for your time, and I really quickly went back and applied for everything. Did the FAFSA process, did the scholarship application process, all of that. And they got back to me within a reasonable amount of time. And I had already signed up for my classes, and then they emailed me back with, well, I guess I should start off by saying financing college has always been the biggest fear of going back to school for me. It's something that in my mind, and I feel like a lot of people's minds, you just say, I will go back to school when I'm in a financial place where I can save up enough for a semester or 2 semesters or a year, because no one wants to get into debt. And I was always afraid. I was saying, I will go back to school when I am financially able to. And because I felt like I always missed the boat with something like that. And it shouldn't feel that way because they say, everyone always says there's all these resources, all these scholarships, and I had missed every scholarship, every single one for this year, because summer semester is the final semester of the year, and all the scholarships are usually taken by the spring before the year starts, and they apply for these things like almost a full year in advance, and it's wild. But I persevered. I went through and I filled out. Hopefully some kind of aid will come through. And I felt like that moment in the Sandlot when Benny tells Smalls, how to play, and he's telling him how to throw it, and then he just, as he's about to leave, he says, but how do I catch it? And he's super scared, super vulnerable, and Benny just looks at him and tells him, just stick your glove in the air and I'll handle the rest. And that's how I felt. I signed up. They tell you financial aid doesn't come through, and it doesn't really know what to do until it knows what you want to do. It doesn't really know what your goals are, how many classes you're willing to take, or how many classes you could think you could take on. But it's called aid for a reason. And so I trusted the process, and knowing full well that I might be stuck with a huge bill for all of this. That would suck so bad, but it's doable. I could work the overtime. I could find a second job or third job. And if your dreams are really worth it, then, I'm sure there's so many things you could do or people you could ask, or I don't know everyone's situation, but I knew mine, and I know that I could always dedicate every waking hour to financing, fully funding school. So I went for it. I signed up for the classes, and I said, no matter what comes, no matter what aid may or may not come, I'm going to pay for this. And it came through. And it was one of those moments where I just felt like Benny the Jet Rodriguez just slammed one into my glove, and I reached out my hand and was willing to stand out there in the outfield. And it's been a really great experience. I'm not trying to tear up on camera or nothing, but I feel so relieved knowing at least this first semester is setting a really good foot in the door for adult education experience. And I'm not going to take it for granted. And then another scholarship application, it came through. It said, due to funding that we've had recently, we're offering scholarships for first-time students in your situation, and it looks like this is your first time ever taking on a semester. The funding is limited, so please get after it. Essentially, not word for word, but I have if you turn on your notifications for your email, do it. You will not be regretting if something like this comes up, because I did not see this coming. I respond to it and applied for it within 2 minutes, and I got the scholarship. One of the few scholarships that come in this late in the year. It was wild. It was extremely wild, and I'm more than grateful for it. And I know this isn't about me. It's about what this education can do for other people. I'm going for psychology, so it's what this education can do for any person that might need my services in that field. And I'm really grateful for everything that's been able to provide me. I'm stumbling over my words. It meant that much to me. And so whoever is out there that donating to Salt Lake Community College, thank you. And it's been a wonderful experience so far. And that's the whole point of this channel, is to support you guys and to say, hey, we all have goals and dreams, whether it be school or whether it be something else, pursuing a passion that you've always wanted to pursue. Life's too short to not go for it. We can always do this, and just, I don't know, get after it. You can do it. Or at least try. And you never know who's going to come through for you and who's going to come and aid you in that process and believe in your dream as much as you do. So I'm trying to look at my notes. What was it? Yeah, that was really it. How long it was to wait for that financial aid, and just I've been working overtime a lot recently. A lot of overtime. I might try to hit that 100-hour week this next week, but we'll see. I don't know if that'll actually happen. I've been trying to do a lot before school starts, because they tell me that I'm going to need to dedicate as much time to school as I'm dedicating to overtime these days. And sleep it's going to be compromised at points, but I don't want it to be a regular thing being compromised, because me personally, I don't function at my best when I don't have a proper amount of sleep. So we'll see how that goes. I'm enjoying the idea that I might be able to listen to books, and course material at work, which will be nice to multitask and just do my job. And also, I am lucky to have the ability to listen to audiobooks at work while I work in a manufacturing industry. So it is what it is. I'm trying to take advantage of every waking second I can to learn more. And I hope that, I'm sure you guys, everyone has an opportunity to be able to multitask, even though it's not the most productive thing at times. And it would be much better for me to be able to just sit down and listen or read or do whatever, be fully involved with something. But I'm glad I have the opportunity, if that's not available to me, to give something a bit of my attention if I can't give it my full attention. I wish you guys all the best. I really want to be one of the testimonials to the idea that just go for it. And my goal is to provide scholarships for people like this in my life, to provide aid for people that really feel like they missed the boat in whatever bubble they may have been born into or raised in or grew up in, and feel like they can still chase whatever dreams and that they've been born with or that they've cultivated in their life that's worthwhile and wholesome. And I want to be able to help them pursue it, whether it be financially, mentally, Physically, I don't know how that would happen, but we're all here to help each other out. We're here to make the world a better place, and I feel everyone has something to contribute. So, yeah, I hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you next one.